holidays is actually when a lot of people get hurt.
Yeah, I know. When I lived in California, when I was stationed at Beale, there was a girl that was in my squadron. She had a glass coffee table, and she decided it would be a smart idea to stand on it to put Christmas lights up on the, like, around the ceiling of the living room. And she fell through the glass table, and she had to have, like, all of this glass pulled out of her feet, like, all this stuff. And then the wing commander, or the squadron commander, made her give a safety brief about not standing on glass tables to the entire squadron.
Yeah, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
It does sound very painful.
Yeah.
But no, this is really good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so like decorating, the perfect article that talks about here in the NSC and stuff. So yeah, decorating is a great way to get into the festive spirit, but that is where people fall. And it kind of same thing you're talking about with the glass table. So if you are putting up decorations, use appropriate types of like ladders or steps or things that are made to actually hold you and stuff. And yeah, don't get crazy with it. Don't have like try to do giant rope things or rappelling. Just use standard, safe types of equipment and stuff. And then yeah, jump on in here and stuff with any of this type of things. But some of the other things, try not to. I know with lights and stuff, we always talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, don't get carried away. And if you're doing something massive, take breaks. Don't try to reach. That's another thing. If you're on a ladder, yeah, try not to reach. Watch out with the stapler. I have a deal like not stapling electrical stuff anyways, but if you're going to use a stapler, yeah, try not to staple your clothes, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
This is the festive season, and yeah, absolutely, have fun with it. But, I mean, I cringe to use the term common sense, but if the plan seems stupid, it's probably stupid. So if it's icy out and your plan is to get up on a roof and then like hang over and put a Christmas lights, that's a really bad idea. So, yeah, have good, stable footing of whatever you're going to do. If you're going to put up lights or if you're going to be up high up on your house trying to get stuff. But another thing we don't think about, too, is cooking. And, I mean, some of the things, too, if you're cooking for 25 people and you haven't done it for a while and you're making, like, pecan rolls, that have what's some of the grandparents' recipes that call for 9 cups of brown sugar, 5 sticks of butter and something? You put that all in a bowl, and it boils over and then catches the oven on fire. So watch out that type of stuff. Grease fires.
What about frying the deep-fried turkeys?
Oh, that's delicious. I love deep-fried turkey. But are you getting into the fact that if they're frozen, they turn into projectiles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. And I've been talking a whole bunch of here. Ben, would you like to handle the flying projectiles of turkey?
No, this has been a treat to have you here with us.
Oh, thank you.
It really has.
So enjoy it.
Well, thank you very much. This is fun.
Isn't it? Got all these cool
And
pictures.
we're on, episode 16 now?
The 16. Yeah, we are on episode 16 of our Minuteman Moment podcast. So yeah, let's talk about these projectile turkeys. I was told since I was a young child that turkeys don't actually fly. So can you please explain this to me?
I'm going to kick this one over to the boss.
Oh, so you're talking about the 1985 episode of WKRP in Cincinnati where he swears he thought turkeys could fly. So, yeah. The difference between the domesticated turkey and the wild turkey are like two way different things and stuff. And so, yes, if you put a frozen turkey or honestly anything frozen with mass, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, you put it into boiling grease, bad things are going to happen, and there is a possibility that it can explode, catch fire with the grease, and catch your house on fire or your garage. So, yeah, don't put deep fryers in garages of the house. Move them outside. Make sure the turkey is thawed or whatever type of animal that you're going to put in a big vat of grease, which that makes a lot of types of food really, really delicious. But be careful. Yeah, and also some of the things, too, when we're talking about that, when we're talking about the holiday food, preparation, everyone congregates in the kitchen, right? Like, that's the place to do that. So watch out. Like if you got some big hunk of Ginsu knife and you're, cutting up like 3 pounds of celery or something, make sure your kids aren't running underneath your feet, or you're spilling a bunch of butter or anything, and your 85-year-old grandmother and stuff is trying to fry something. Watch out. So another thing with that too is also food poisoning. This is the big time where everybody eats, so make sure all food is properly cooked, all that type of stuff. And that's really all I know about that.
So I would say too, like as far as to prevent food contamination, keep your raw meats in a spot, keep your cooked meats in a spot, keep your vegetables in a spot, have a place for everything. I do a lot of cooking at Thanksgiving time, so I always have to make sure I'm on my toes and cleaning up behind myself. But
that sounds awesome. I didn't even think about it.
Just keeping everything separated, and don't brine your turkeys in the refrigerator in those big drawers, the fruit and veggie drawers. That is not what that's for.
From this point on, I will stop brining animals in the crisper. So, we're just kind of your guides, like to actually, wear PPE because, it turns catastrophe into calamity. Don't put frozen animals in a big bucket of grease, just things like that. So you guys are the ones that are going to actually be out there not putting frozen turkeys in grease and that type of stuff. Well, so, we're all in this together.
I can't promise that nobody will do that, but I can promise you that I won't do that.
Awesome possum.
So another thing that we want to talk about, too, is holiday traveling, because I know a lot of people travel during the holidays. Ben, do you want to talk about traveling and, like, maybe if you're in the car traveling across country, what do you suggest we should probably have in there just to make sure that we're safe if we need emergencies?
That's good because, just like us, we're traveling out of town for the holidays, and, you want to make sure your vehicle's in good condition. Mm-hmm. You want, make sure everything's good with it.
Yeah.
Do your safety checks with it.
Yep.
And then definitely weather. It's what? November, and we normally don't see weather this cold?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it is Arkansas.
It is. Wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yep. I think it's supposed to be almost 60 next week or something.
Probably so. But wherever you're traveling to, watch the weather and pack accordingly. Mm-hmm. Pack your vehicle accordingly to the weather. Make sure you have your flashlights, the reflective triangles.
Oh, yeah.
Your hazard signs.
The hazard things, yeah.
The hazard signs.
Your little hazard kit. Don't they have little kits you can buy to put in the Mac? I don't have one of those, but I have a emergency flat tire kit. So you spray this like foam inside the tire or something.
The green slime.
Yeah. I've never used it before, and
it works great.
I'm pretty sure if I had to use it, I might not know how to, but I have it, and I know how to Google. So
there should be directions on the can.
I do know how to change a tire too.
It's just
so. Hey,
what?
That's going to be out. We might have to edit that part out. I was being loud there.
No, that's like one of the rules of life. The way you succeed is read the directions on the can.
That's true. I'm actually traveling for Thanksgiving too. Guess where I'm going?
Hawaii.
No.
Mozambique.
North.
No, I am going
Casablanca.
north.
Oh, north.
Ohio.
Okay.
Further.
Michigan.
Yellowknife.
Further.
Anchorage.
No, actually, I don't know if it's further than Michigan,
Hudson
but it's probably
Bay.
on the same. It's probably on the same latitudinal line.
Nunavik. I could do this. Is
No.
fun.
It's in the United States, but I will say that where I'm going, it is currently in the negatives. So.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't be going.
I'm going to Minot, North Dakota.
Oh, good old Minot.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You're bringing a coat, right?
I have a coat, yes. I have a coat. I had to buy most of the other things, but I bought a pair of mittens to keep my little fingers warm. I bought a hat to keep my ears warm. It has a little puff ball on top of it. But I'm going to visit my son who's stationed up there, and I am afraid that when I get up there, I might freeze to death. So if I don't come back, you'll know where to find me. Just send
it takes a lot to die from exposure, but that is a thing. You want to bring a coat and mittens, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, and I have to drive. So I have never lived anywhere except for in Arkansas. Other than here, have never lived anywhere. I didn't have access to a beach, so that can kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what kind of weather I have grown up with my entire life.
Oh, that's a good point. So, yeah, Jess.
So I'm a little nervous.
So you've driven on icy roads before?
Briefly when I lived in Pennsylvania for a couple of years, but not really, no.
Yeah, this is fun. I know we're kind of in the fun banter, but that is the driving in bad weather or like on icy roads and stuff is something to actually really pay attention, because also it's not you, it's everybody else that's not paying attention. So one of the things too, so if you normally keep like say 3 car lengths, if you're doing 30 miles an hour, double that, just as a rule of thumb with that, so that way you're not going to slide into someone if you start to slide or start to remember, turn into the skid. Everything that your grandparents taught you when you were driving and the car was getting out of control and stuff, try to implement that, like turning into the skid, keeping distance.
Right.
Another thing, with everyone that drives trucks, you might want to put weight in the back of the truck. I'm just throwing that out there and stuff.
But why would we need to put weight in the back of the truck?
Oh, so it gets weight down onto the wheels and stuff, so you'll actually be able to have more traction.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this. What if, this is hypothetical.
Of course. Oh, all hypothetical.
It's going to be fun, right? What if I was driving in Minot, North Dakota, and there was snow, and I didn't have weight in the back of my truck, and I got stuck? How would I get out of the snow? Asking for a friend.
Oh, asking for a friend?
Yeah.
So there's this, I think it's out at USAA has it. You call this really nice guy, and he shows up with this like really cool truck and then pulls you out of the snow. But if not, so one of the things, I'm going to hand it over to Ben, and I can kind of talk about that with having things that could get you out of the snow.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to be doing this, traveling up there, still don't know why.
I have to. I miss my kids.
But snow chains.
Okay.
Keep a set of snow chains with you.
Okay.
If not, there's actually mats that you can get off of Amazon that if you get into slippery spots, you can put them under your tires to get you out. Helps get you traction.
All right. That's good to know. You guys don't know this, but I'm asking you these questions so I know what to do when I get up.
So
I totally assumed that. Yeah.
What? You assume that?
So, I mean, for you, it gets very, out there's really not much around.
Mm-hmm.
So take some water, take some food, take a blanket. Don't burn candles in your car if you get stuck on the side of the road. I don't want you burning your car down.
That's a thing. People have done that before. That's weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like for the warmth or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they'll try to save on fuel. So they'll turn the car off. They'll try to, if they got candles, they'll burn candles. Heaters, like the propane heaters.
Yeah. I didn't think people would do that, but that makes total sense.
Yeah, and also, and this is kind of like people, what happens is they forget about this, but make sure your phone's charged or you have a cord that can hook into your car or a spare battery or something so you can actually call people.
Yeah.
And it is, if you go off the side of the road in a snowstorm, that's totally cool to call 911. If you can't call the nice guy that USAA provides or the roadside assistance, you can totally call them and they will send somebody out to be able to help you.
Well, that's good to know too, because that's like some people might not constitute it as an emergency. But,
if it's negative 30 out and you're stuck,
yeah, definitely an emergency, I would say so. Man, there's a lot to remember for.
And if it's not, just apologize. Just say, I thought it was an emergency. I didn't like being cold and stuck out for hours, and my car was stuck, so my bad. It'll all be fine. It'll be cool.
Yeah. Man, there's so much to worry about with snow.
Oh, no, snow's awesome. You can make snowmen and stuff and have snowball fights and all this type of stuff. With snow, not ice. That's how you can actually injure people.
So if I took an ice ball and I threw it at somebody, that's not good.
Well, it just depends. Depends on who you're throwing at it. But remember, throw it like a baseball. Use the hips.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Well, I guess I need to...
But that's not coming from a safety. Yes, throwing ice is totally not safe.
What if I decided to look up at an icicle because it looks so beautiful from that perspective?
Well, or I would rather you not do that, and just if you do, like say, shoot a BB gun and it hits you in the eye like a Christmas story. Yeah, use it as an excuse instead of being under icicles. But yeah, no, watch out for that stuff. Oh yeah, watch out for snow on top of buildings, icicles, that type of stuff because it can come off.
Yeah. Well, another thing too, I want to make sure that everybody knows about, because this is important, because I've seen videos and I've personally seen this happen, is your Christmas trees catching on fire. I know it's not as big of a deal as it used to be back in the day, because most people have artificial trees that have automatic shutoffs, but there are some people who like to stay traditional. So Christmas tree safety. I know that sounds kind of silly because, you would think know what they're supposed to do by now, but what should we make sure we're doing if we have a real tree?
Let's see, a real tree. Trying to think, just because of the animals we got in our house, we might end up with one of them things you just put on the wall between the what do they call them?
Things on the wall.
It's like the posters.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, no, I
know my brother-in-law sent it to Sherry and said that we need to do this since we got Usko and the cat in the house.
Yeah,
like a Christmas tree on the ceiling?
No, on the wall. It's like a sticker you put on the wall.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, I've seen those, like little felt trees. Mm. Yeah, so no, not like that. My sister has one
like
for her
that,
kid.
but no. But anyways, watch how many lights you put on the tree. The extension cords, all the little stuff you put on there. Make sure the cords aren't broke.
Mm-hmm. And if it's a real tree, I would say definitely water it.
Definitely with the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
7-Up.
Yeah.
7-Up was a way to go.
Water your tree with 7-Up. Mm-hmm. Make 7-Up yours.
Sugar water.
Oh. Will Snots drink the 7-Up? You guys know what I'm referring to? I love this. My favorite movie. Yeah, the Rottweiler that keeps drinking the water out of the Christmas tree. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Snots is their Rottweiler, and he's like...
Cousin Eddie's Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go all out, but definitely double-check everything. Make sure all the plugs aren't broken, the wires are good, especially if you have animals in the house. The animals will chew on them. That starts it. Fireplaces. Don't put a tree next to a wood-burning fireplace or a gas fireplace.
Yeah, and we could literally go forever on all the things that you need to be safe. But it's kind of that same. Use risk management. I mean, hate to use that term for it, but if you're doing something different because it's the holidays, really kind of think about it. So we're talking about trees. I grew up on a farm, so we always used to go out and find a cedar tree or find a Christmas tree and cut it down and drag that sucker back into the house. We didn't think about it, but there was so much that could totally go wrong with this.
Right.
So if you don't normally cut down trees, you may want to talk to someone that does and make sure you have the right equipment, that your chainsaw is actually safe, that the blades are sharpened. It is the blade is the chain is on correctly, and that you have you are protected. You have PPE and stuff of doing that. Another thing that they talk about, I love the reference to the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that if you do cut your own tree, what looks small out in the field is totally bigger than your house. Like way, way bigger. No, that's a thing. That's totally a thing.
Yeah.
So make sure that it'll fit through the door. And don't have now granted, some of my favorite memories of my dad or my grandparents starting to cuss and literally grabbing a chainsaw and start cutting it through the doorway because half of it won't even fit in the house. Mm-hmm. But yeah, don't let that happen. Make sure you got enough room if you're going to cut your own tree and stuff.
And make sure there's no squirrels in your trees.
Oh yeah, that's totally a thing too, which is totally cool.
That could happen, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not just in the movie.
They usually leave when you start cutting down a tree if they're there. But no, I hope that would happen. I know that would be such a fun thing.
Can you imagine the report on that one?
Oh, that would be awful. No, yeah, it happening, but the aftermath would not be cool.
That would be funny.
So, but I did want to go back to the safety on the wires. Mm-hmm. It's the power strips. Most of don't daisy chain we say it all the time here throughout the wing, but most of the power strips are not going to be able to hold much. If you do put things on them, check the amperage.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to throw 20 amps on a 10 amp surge protector.
Yeah, I definitely have done that before, and it's not pretty.
Well, it's easy to do. I mean, say
Well,
you got a bunch of people and everyone's cold, so you put a space heater and you don't have enough room, so you take an extension cord and you got to plug everything else in. So, yeah, you put a power strip on it.
Yeah, and it's easy to do, too, because you're just like, oh, this works together, and you're just plugging away, and then next thing you know, you have, like, a big conglomeration of...
Tetris.
Yeah, exactly. So
And it smells like burning plastic.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the smell you want to smell at Christmas time. I don't think so. Yeah. What else do we need to talk about as far as safety goes? Is there anything that we need to cover just to make sure?
I think we're going to keep our chief of safety coming up here for these.
Yeah, I know.
You can't match his energy, though.
I know.
You guys want me here?
Yeah, we want you here all the time.
Are you sure? Because I know you can ask anyone in this wing, I have totally an acquired taste. So
we both know that very well.
that's impossible.
But we still want you here.
No, and yeah, and this is fun, but if I may make a serious safety plug, yeah, like we talk about this and like that, we make jokes about coming up here and talking about safety, but we want to keep doing this. I would love to keep coming here because people getting hurt is bad. It is really bad. I like everybody here. I don't want anyone hurt. So if we can stop half this stuff, absolutely. And I can't say enough, think about what you're doing and stuff. So, yeah, so if you're outside, for a long time, up in Minot, and you're not used to it, wear a lot of clothing because, hyperthermia is a thing. It is awful. Frostbite is also is a thing, and it's awful. And from someone that's had both of those, it absolutely is terrible. So, yeah, think about it. And here's if you get wet out when it's cold, get dry.
Yeah.
Don't try to commando through and thinking you'll be fine. You only got an hour and a half and stuff. Yeah, no, that's going to get real bad. But with that said, I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to have a great holidays and stuff. And so I appreciate you doing these podcasts and stuff, and so we can get that information out.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be a platform for this information. So anytime you guys want to do this, I'm here. I do it every month. So topics could include anything, to be honest. Whenever I push these out to the wing or to our Facebook, one of the things I always try to make sure to tell people, especially when I push it out to the wing, is that this is their platform. It's not my platform, it's their platform. So if they have a topic or something they want to discuss, they are more than welcome to come to me and tell me what it is. And we can, if it's a good topic and something that's relevant, we can absolutely incorporate it into our podcast.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it could be anything. That's what it's for, so. And I want people to use this more. And maybe if we have more people listening and interested, we can do this more than once a month, So, like I said, it's what it's for.
Cool. Well, Jess, thanks again. This was wonderful.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for coming out on such short notice. I know it's important to make sure people hear safety message. I think it's always a good idea to remind them, even if they know.
Yeah. Just remind them, what did Betty White say?
The only thing that happens fast is fouling up, and she didn't use the word fouling. And I know a lot of times, a lot of things happen fast. And what that means is if you've never been trained to do something at that speed, don't do it.
Right.
You think that you can go start cutting branches really quick. If you've been taught how to, use a chainsaw one specific way, don't go trying to hurry up and think that you have a timeline or anything. That's all in your head.
Yeah.
Because they don't, like Betty White said, the only thing that happens fast is fouling up.
We are mission-ready airmen providing premier training to the C-130 and cyber enterprises, capitalizing on partnerships to support the state and defend the nation. Our vision is to be a diverse family of airmen, dedicated, adaptive, and empowered to lead.